Good morning, viewers. Get ready for dictation. 5 seconds. Start. I have noted from your report that this college is the oldest in northern India and that it was founded under a charitable endowment. Any work that is undertaken in a spirit of righteousness is bound to succeed. It is the sincerity and high purpose of your founder which has flowered into this big institution from which innumerable students have gone out to serve their country. It is really a matter of pride for you to be associated with an institution having such a long and glorious history. I hope that you will continue to be inspired by the high purpose and sincerity with which this institution was founded originally. I am fully aware of the fact that in the educational system that we have inherited, there is little provision for character building and moral training of students. The result is that even those who are able to make considerable progress in the development of their mental faculties are not able to make similar progress in the moral sphere. I do not in the least suggest that the educated people of the present day lack character. My point of view is if there had been a great stress on character building, as there is an intellectual development, we would have been far ahead of where we are today. I would now like to draw your attention to the work that lies ahead. Our generation of older men is now about to pass away, and one by one its members are departing. The void thus created has to be filled by the students of the present day. I feel that our generation was early fortune in having been able to participate in the struggle for the freedom of our country. We did our utmost to win freedom and at long last succeeded. But this freedom would remain meaningless if the people of this country are not able to derive the maximum advantage and good out of it. The problems that face us today are many and multitudinous in character. The responsibility of tackling all these complicated problems has fallen on the shoulders of free India. It is now up to you to solve these problems in a way which may enable your people to hold their heads high. I may therefore say that our present task is much more difficult than that of the past. Our country is very backward from the point of view of education, and consequently we suffer from a serious handicap in all that we undertake. In spite of the labors of the British government and our own during the past few years, I am afraid there are hardly 15% of the people who are literate in this country. Another problem to which I would like to draw your attention is the existence of many types of diseases and epidemics in the country. These questions and others have to be tackled and solved. You might be reading in the newspapers with some pride about the effort made by our country to preserve international peace. I hope and trust that our efforts will succeed ultimately. One may well wonder as to why the nations of the world have regard and respect for our country in spite of the fact that ours is a poor and economically backward land. In my opinion, it is all due to the fact that we have been trying to follow the path that was laid down for us by the father of the nation, who was almost divinity incarnate and who had sacrificed himself for our good. If we remain firm and fast to this path and continue to follow in his footsteps, we shall always receive regard and respect. It is my earnest wish that this institution should produce men of high purpose and noble character who may serve the country in the hour of her difficulties and trials. I hope that this college, which has been doing such fine service for so many years and which has produced many great men, would continue to serve our people with increasing success. Complete cooperation between the students and the teachers is essential for achieving good results. I would now like to refer to the constant criticism of the government. It may well be that some of the criticism may have some substance. That there are complaints, no one can deny. However, if the nature of these complaints were to be examined, you will notice that in the ultimate analysis they arise because our people do not have the nobility of character which our countrymen used to have in former times.